It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see this team's sure-handed tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. We're just moments away from the action. All that and
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points.
The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only
nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a give on the ground. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. They'll look to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And he will score. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and his guys will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Back to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. As we get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, he sets the pace here as we get to the latter stages of the season. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Back to the ground after the penalty. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Now, faking the give. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, They started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense ready for their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a first down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll stick with him again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They face 2nd down and 7. A handoff as they try to run it here. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll go right and find his running back. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Quick hitting slant there. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They'll send a tight end in motion. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got it at about the 8. He is in.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Now, the extra point. It's up and good. And his guys move further out in front. It is now 17-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with first down. Quick throw, taken in, and that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll turn and hand this one off. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's 3rd and 2. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And this is going to work out. He's got it. The first down at the 38-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Man in motion, heading left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And this will be incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. third down.
Penalty yardage moves them closer for this third down attempt. It is 3rd and 4. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
A tight end in motion now. A run now on second down. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And third down just became a lot tougher. Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 15. Throwing now from the gun. That is well done there. Converting on 3rd and 15.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
First down throw there is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure...
He slams it in there, and he is in. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And his guys are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbound. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
They get 18 on that one. That's enough for a first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear coming into this game that this offense felt that they had a distinct advantage running the ball. It was a matchup that they thought all week went in their favor, and so far the results indicate that they were spot on.
Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
There's that man again, another catch. He will get this to the 35, a little short of the first down. Here's third down and a few inches. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. They'll look to throw again. A ball deep for the end zone. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get this out to his running back.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to him. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They'll throw here on third and short. This is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
They'll try again here, second and 10. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just... This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far.
But there's still plenty of time left
for this one to tighten
up
significantly.
Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. the quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're off and taking advantage of it.
They'll run on second down. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Now a 3rd and 2. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is knocked away downfield. Incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. They're all set to punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They motion the slot man left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. Still going. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 73 yards. It is a touchdown. Extra point try forthcoming. His kick is good. And his guys move out even further ahead. It is now 31-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, they've left the tight end wide open in the middle of the field. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
putting the tight end in motion. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
And a first down.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This team's offense ready to get back at it. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Up the middle they go. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 3.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
We're all set to kick this one away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So now this team's offense ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down. This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. Now, faking the give. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a give up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff running right. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a give on the ground. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. This is caught down that right sideline. And he will go all the way. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Not going for two, they'll kick the point after. The kick is good, and the visitors are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. His drive will start on the ground. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Slot receiver headed right. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack. Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd, and now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3-and-out.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense, and, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get this close to a first down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down.
Brings up third down.
On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down. One of the tight ends in motion right. Right back to him on first down. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Here's a third down and 4.
Brings up third and 4.
They'll look to set up the screen here. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
They'll come up here, first and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. 21 is the line to gain as we hit third down. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Out now is the field goal unit. They'll try to pick up 3 points here. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.